Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the game War in the Pacific Admins Edition. This is my play by email match against Deaniks. He's a Japanese player and for me it is the Allied side. This is now still RA mod, scenario 50, one extended map with stacking limits. The 14th December 41 turn. And yeah, I try still to defend. Night engagement. This is what I was hoping for, that my torpedo boats can maybe do something. This is San Fernando, you can see, or at least near to San Fernando. But my torpedo boats getting detected, I don't know, at 2000 yards. I could maybe already strike, but one is already going down. And I think that my task force leaders may be surprised. Yeah, you can see now it's already 7,000. So the enemy cruiser formation was able to, I don't know exactly why. You can see 3,000 yards only visibility. We see each other engaging, but then no strike. Pity. But this is all you can do with patrol boats or torpedo boats. Good. He's also in destroyed detecting my submarine. Nothing happens. But more and more of my ships getting now escorts. I can think here a local minesweeper. Okay. Only this one. But my ship also getting damaged. And here is a small enemy cargo ship. Survived. But a Japanese ship just hit a mine somewhere. An S-35 find a big AMC. Ooh, and this is a Dove Island. And I had just some submarines nearby and I sent them there. These are of course Mark 10 torpedoes. They don't have really much firepower, but you can see this is the most heavy cargo ship. It's not still on fire or heavy damage, but I guess it's enough to really let it stand down for a month or so. So, more sweep over Clarkfield. Singapore. I don't cap them. I don't want to be engaged in enemy fighter. Hong Kong, if I had a choice, I would go there, but it's too risky. The city can fall any day now. And I can also not prepare here any cover for my small cargo ships running between the smaller islands and holdings. Okay, one bomb hit. Okay. Can happen. It's a risky operation. And also my base forces retreating north to Rangoon are now under airstrikes. Changsha, same story. I try to build up as fast as possible the Chinese Air Force, but that is really slow and hard. I need first more airframes. These troops are retreating. Luckily it's jungle, so very hard to really achieve anything with air power there. And the airstrike against the port of Singapore. And here are my local minesweepers. My poor local minesweepers. And harbor defense patrol craft. Oh no, all destroyed. But it looks like there are no torpedoes left in this carrier wing. Or are they running on long range? Of course, not good for my small ships, but at the end, yeah, they don't care too much. My good AP still dodge everything, but my cargo ship gets hit. But it's only 60 kilogram bomb. Okay, that is maybe acceptable. And now also Jake's attacking, but they're missing with their. So you can see one Jake can carry 4 60 kilogram bomb loads. So this is double the bomb load than a 0. How this really works, I don't know, but okay. Because they have relative high drop load. My flag at Hong Kong can kill at least one enemy bomber. And all these airstrikes are escorted. And this is a forward base. We have also a checkboat. Mostly normally patrol for enemy submarines and mines. Not really main purpose to lure enemy aircraft. But if they want strike, then let them strike. I still try to find out what is this enemy task force here in the middle of nowhere, but I still get no attack run. And now the submarine commander say, let's attack on the surface. Using all the torpedoes, maybe all shells for the 4-inch. But the enemy ship have 8 centimeter. So shelling. I think the cargo ship is dead. But I hear no sinking sound. No. Okay. It's going down, but my submarine also is damaged and must return to Surabaya. Luckily, I have Surabaya in the shipyard there. Okay, only bombardment of Hong Kong. Good. One more day I can hold the city. My base force can hold. So a lot of navy strikes from the Japanese navy and air fleet, but I lost today only very cheap little ships all around the map. Many, but nothing important. And in the long run, I don't really need this kind of cheap ships much longer. Good, see you soon. So, the air war was light. My flag did something, downing 4 aircraft, more or less, it's okay. But Japan lost AMC in their smaller cargo ship. And for me, it was a bunch of small craft. So only this light tanker or cargo ship was maybe, it's also nothing important. Anyway. So at Hawaii, situation I think is now clear. I cannot really see the enemy fleet. They must move back west. I think he turned around, he realized it's not possible to catch me. And my own fleet is now already half the way back to California. I have here a little more forces linking up with my carrier fleet to give more protection and also provide more fuel because I'm low on fuel. On top I have also, I think, other equipment. I must reroute maybe some of this guys a little more east of Hawaii. Not that there's something stupid waiting, especially this dozen of submarines are near Hawaii. So if I stay 10 hexes west of Hawaii, I'm now out of the danger zone. Good. But nothing around Hawaii so far. North is fine, building up slow, still learning where what belongs. And equipping here and more or less separating what is locked here forever and what can move out. You can see that there's the dark gray is impossible to move. The white stuff with you can buy out if you have the money or points for it. And so you can see that in San Francisco is only stuff I can do nothing with it now. So I sent everything to Los Angeles, where I can maybe do some. I can take this out directly already, don't pay it, or I must pay some more. And at the beginning, I think I need only engineers and anti-aircraft equipment early on. And of course, dozens and a lot of aircraft. I also realized more and more the rules of aircraft, because this is a little different to the Japanese side. Because Americans have so many special aircraft. Maybe it's also related a little to the mod, but you have this special training wings, this Japan never had. And then you have also special upgrade rules. And they're really not easy to understand at the beginning for me. But if I only go for fighter, more or less you have these training wings. Okay, they're special, ignore them. But then you have normally hard-locked air wings. They are always white text, so you cannot get them off the continent. And you can also not upgrade them directly. So I could upgrade this one not to a Warhawk, because the rule is if you want to upgrade this to other airframe, you must have the full number. So I need an air wing with 25 in stock. So I could use RA8.1, then I can upgrade it. And the advantage is in this way that if this is an airframe you really desire, you can upgrade it to an airframe you don't need. Then this airframe will go back to the pool, and then you can still use the airframe. Because this one you cannot withdraw, so you can only disband it. But if you disbanded it, then you will see you will lose the pilots and the plane. So you will not do this. You will always first call out your pilots, and then you will disband the air group if the time is coming. But this is, I think, also more than 3 months earlier than the recall day. So maybe this will then later change to something. I don't know. We will see. But this is the option how you can get more of this P-38 or whatever you want out. You can see that my pool of army pilots is now mainly, I have still some Mohawks, I use less their training aircraft. I have still some Arakobas, but I try to get a bunch of P-40s, doesn't matter of B or E, they're both acceptable for dogfighting. And I also try to get enough P-38s out that I can assemble maybe one air wing with this. So I need at least 15 of them. And yeah, that is a little complicated. This is with fighters, and the same is with bombers and all of this. So if you are really clever, and I think I understand it, it's simply my job to be an engineer and understand a lot of complicated stuff. You can medium bomber, light bomber, medium bomber, high bomber, level bomber, medium bomber. So you can also do other stuff here in this game that with the B-18s, the Polos, I think they also waste. They have no armor. I will never fly anything without armor at the Allied side at least. And so I also try to push in this bolus to air wings I cannot get off the continent. And I try to, you can see, and I try to get in this one I also won't get out, but I need more bolus to replace them, and I want to only use B-25s and B-26. This is my, also no A-20. They are simply for me useless. They are not part of my concept. And yeah, medium bombers I also move a lot, and of course I always check, because this is the other rule, you have always this sometimes a special upgrade pass. So the game separate between one engine, two engine, and more engines. So if you want upgrade from a twin engine bomber to a 4-engine bomber, so you have to pay normally political points, but some air wings have this upgrade pass for free. So I also check all of the air wings, and then I always try to first upgrade every air wing to a 4-engine bomber for free, and yeah, to save cost at this. I don't know more, what is it? B-18? Ah, yeah, there are B-17s. What is a B-17? Ah, heavy bomber. Ah, yeah, okay. So I have here still some air wings, but I was able to reduce, so I have only one aircraft here, so I still can train. This is 3. I will maybe try to get this 3 out. But for one airframe, I don't know, I mean, I could now pay more or less 8 bolos to get one B-17. I don't know, make sure. But you can see here, this is February 42, so less than 3 months, and this one I cannot withdraw. And if I withdraw, then group withdraw plans will probably remove put. So this means I get these airframes later on. It's only at the beginning. Now early on I don't have them. Early on I want B-25s, B-26, and B-17s, D and E's, and normally P-40, B and E's, and P-38s. The Era Cobra is for me an airframe a little, I don't know. I still don't know. I never saw them really successfully fighting somewhere. But I could, yeah. But you get no points for it. And I don't know, they don't write here that you really get the airframe for it. But I guess maybe you get it, maybe you will not get it. If you want to play it safe, I don't know exactly the rule here in this case, but I would maybe say call out the pilots first and then only give the airframe away, and maybe you get the airframe sometimes, but not always. But one airframe I would not worry too much. If it's more like in this wing, I would simply say, okay, to be sure, I can maybe give you some A-20s if you want them, that is for free. And then I can maybe give it back if the repair is done. If I use this airframe, it's not hurting me too much, because number one reason here is the range of an only 5 is too short for any meaningful action. Compared to everything else, it's yeah, a B-25, B-26, they have a range of 9 or 10, something like this. Good, anyway, enough about aircraft. Shipping, convoys, all fine. Australia, I still build up the big 3 cities, Sydney, Brisbane, and Townsville at the east coast, Darwin in the north, and Perth in the west. I also build up Horn Island and Port Moresby, and I try to get all units north coast of Papua New Guinea and New Britain back to Port Moresby. So I will fight for Port Moresby and Horn Island and Townsville. These are the hard points. I will not fight, of course, for Tulagi, but I will first build up Suva and Pago Pago, the most important. No Maya, I still wait 1 or 2 weeks, maybe at the beginning of the year. If still there's no enemy Japanese presence there, I can try my best. Here, Dutch Indies, still nothing really. The enemy carrier is here. And it was in range of 7, so this is torpedo range, but there was no torpedo drop, so I guess they're out of torpedoes. So I would assume that now the carriers really must go back and rearm first completely. There's also a battleship fleet supposedly here at Brunei Miri. So I maybe can use my submarines to attack. Maybe. The enemy is also here. I'm retreating with the speed I can go. I hope I can reach Singapore before there's the next attack. And here I was also not able. This must be a cruiser formation, but they're out of range of my torpedo bombers. I only have a maximum range of 8. I cannot fly 10 with torpedoes. Philippines looks not too aggressive, so I try to retreat. We build everything, but it's slow. They don't have enough engineers, so Manila and Clark Fleet are still damaged, so I cannot build up any fort levels. Mindanao is the biggest concern for me to build up some defense. I was able to bring these guys to rough terrain and here in mountain. That is all I can do. But I'm lacking supplies, so I really try to bring 1, 2, 3,000 tons of supplies maybe to Mindanao. But so, and I would say that is so far all. In Burma is no action here so far. India is still shitty. So weak start at India. That is really. In China is not aggressive Japanese play. Would say this. I hold where I think it makes sense, and I build. Hopefully not too aggressive in the front, but I still try to hold the cities if there's no major Japanese army coming for me. At least I can try to hold. It's here because there's also stacking limits. You can play a little with the stacking limits. Of course, I need here much more power to really get the maximum stacking limit. But having nearly 1000 attack value behind fort level 3 is already something to at least block an enemy division. But of course, this is all clear terrain, so be prepared that you will lose these cities if the Japanese really want them. Good, then see you next time. Hong Kong is still fine, but now running low on supplies. And Wenchao is building up. If I get here level 4, level 5, then Wenchao could be really a fortress because it's triple defense and building up his own supplies, so I don't really need to ship here anything in. I create a little supplies via farmer support, plus these are 120, so 200 supplies per day I can produce locally in Wenchao. And I also sent my first submarines already to Japan, so that I have, after 1 week of the war, already the first submarine trying to intercept cargo at north of Japan. Goody goody, see you next time, take care, bye bye.